Good morning and welcome to Rendezvous with Rob. And the next mental law that we're going to talk about today in the series of mental laws that we've been going through over the last few times is called the law of belief. But, I want to tell you a story first. When I was growing up and I was a little boy, I don't know about you, but my mother had an eye on the back of her head. Really, she did. And I believed it for a long time, man, because it didn't matter where I was or what I was doing. My mom could be facing in the opposite direction, and she would always be able to see what I was doing. It was incredible. As a matter of fact, I went looking in the back of her head trying to discover, where this eyeball is. I never really found it, but there are several times that it just got reinforced over and over and over that my mom could see out of the back of her head. We'd be driving down the road and I'd be in the back seat of the car, and of course, that was back in the days when kids weren't, belted in and chained up when they get into a car. And of course, I'd be playing around with this, that, and the other because my mom, I knew she had to be looking the other way, and she couldn't see me, beating up on my sister or whatever. But every single time, she would say, "Rob, I see you back there. We're hitting your sister." And I'd turn around and look, and her head's facing opposite me. How can she see? And she always used to just say that she had an eye in the back of her head. I remember playing with my little Matchbox cars outside. Me and my friend would be playing together, and I would do something or whatever, and all of a sudden, even though she's facing the other direction in the lawn chair, she would all say, "Robbie, I see you." And it was incredible that my mom had an eyeball in the back of her head. I believed it, and it was true. And so what I want to talk about is this law of belief. And what it says is that whatever we believe with feeling and with emotional intensity becomes our reality. And the more intensely we feel about it, and the greater the feelings we have towards that, the more it is true for you and I. And these beliefs kind of give us a tunnel vision, and they kind of block out any of the incoming information that's inconsistent with what, we've already kind of decided to believe. A Harvard professor once says that our beliefs create the actual facts. Now, I don't know if I believe that. However, Jesus said, "According to your faith, be it unto you," and I certainly believe that. For example, if we absolutely believe that we were meant to be a success in life, then no matter what happens, no matter what setbacks we have, we will continue to press forward towards our goals. It seems like nothing's going to stop us. Why? Because we have this belief that we're going to be a success in life. Or if we believe somehow that success is like an accident, or if success is a matter of luck, then we easily become discouraged and we easily become disappointed whenever things don't work out for us, and we kind of stop working towards those goals. Why? Because our beliefs. Now, our beliefs can either set us up for success, or our beliefs can set us up for failure. And perhaps, the biggest mental roadblock that you and I will ever have to overcome are these beliefs that are called the self-limiting beliefs. You've probably heard of some of them because they limit us in some way. Things like, well, nobody in our family has ever been successful, or nobody in my family has ever gotten a college degree, or I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or I'm too short, or I'm too tall, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I've never finished college. So all these things that we actually believe will create a failure in our lives, and those are self-limiting. They limit us, and we too easily accept these things in our lives. And when we accept them as truth, and we believe these self-limiting beliefs, what we actually do is we ignore, or we reject any evidence that comes into our life to the contrary. We just don't believe it. We don't seek to confirm our beliefs. And so sadly, most of these self-limiting beliefs that we have, they're really not true at all. And they're based on some negative, wrong information that we decided to believe sometime when, that happened previously. And they hold us back, and they continue to cause us stress and tension and all those bad negative emotions because we're believing the wrong things. And so, what does all this mean for us today? Well, really what that means is we need to examine what it is that we believe, And we need to test these beliefs to make sure that they're accurate and they're true. And then here's the rub. Here's the real hard part. We actually not have to examine and test these beliefs, but we also need to be willing to give these beliefs up when we've identified that they're false. And that's hard to do sometimes because, some of these beliefs that we have had them for a lifetime. And they have caused us limitations in our success in our lives, whether they be relationships or in business or this, that, and the other. And sometimes we just don't want to accept that we've been wrong. And so that's what we need to do. We need to identify, we need to test, and we need to go ahead and get rid of them. And also too, and here's an important thing, is we need to help other people around us in a nice, positive way, help them understand that some of the beliefs that they have might not be true, and you can help people become successful simply by showing them evidence that the beliefs that they have nothing to do with the reality and truth. And so remember this. God loves you. Remember, I love you in every right way, and I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.